Cool. Do you want to have a chat about any trees? Oh, where is Patrick? Yeah. Do you want to use your one? This tree is insane. This is amazing, this tree. Like, this is an absolute stunning piece of material. Is it heavy? Oh, jeez, maybe not. Oh, no, it's all right. Yeah. These are like my indestructible scissors. I'm being very careful with Patrick's tree. Now, the reason I think this is a beautiful piece of material is it's very old, right? Have a look at that trunk. Look at the roots that are hanging out, the gins and deadwood. The foliage, come have a feel of this foliage. It's beautiful. It's really compact and dense. There's so many options with this tree. Like, it's insane what you can create with this tree. Like, I would love this tree. You know, that's the amount of ideas going through your head when you see something like this, for me, is like insane. You know, what are you going to create with it? I was saying to Patrick, he's saying it's probably fallen over a bit too much now. It's very horizontal. It'd be nice to get it up a little bit, get that angle this way. Imagine this tree, you know, nice up like this, little apex, little semi-cascade branch. Just look beautiful, very easy to do. And then I was saying to Patrick, you got these long branches down here. Like, you're going to have brilliant material for the future if you air layer them off. Because you're probably not going to use these really long ones down here. And they're very straight. You're probably going to use, you know, younger material up here to create the tree. Because you don't want to have, you've got this phenomenal trunk here, but you don't want to have huge, long foliage. You want to really enhance this trunk. The way you enhance it is you create foliage that is smaller and tighter and surrounds the trunk. You know, much more compact, this is like maybe 20 hours work to get this tree looking right. Like, that's how much work you'd have to put into it. It's amazing, amazing tree. So imagine really nice little compact tree, shows off this deadwood. You might even, if you want to have those as gins down here, you could, but I think it would be better to air layer them off, create a nice little, semi-cascade branch out here, create an apex up here in somewhere. This is a bit straight, so I don't know what we can do with that. That's a bit of a question mark here. But I think there's some branches nicely in here that you can use. Sensational. It's really good. Like, close up, I'll turn this side because I'm too scared. There's a really nice branch in here, about right here where my hand is, that's twisty and interesting. That can be the actual apex of the tree, and it'll start to show the flow of the tree. I mean, there's so many options. Brilliant tree.
So in terms of replanting that this year, what would your optimal time be? Would you do it, say, closer to
Yeah, as I was saying, yes. So my replanting schedule is this. All my deciduous trees in July, and any time in August I start doing my conifers, junipers. Pines a bit later, maybe towards the start of September, but in August you can start doing your junipers, honestly. But all my deciduous trees are done already, which is a bit early in July, but I like to try and get them done in July. So there's no problem with them. I mean, it's Melbourne. You're not going to get snow and freezing conditions. Oh, it's been cold, but it's not too bad. But junipers, I usually start in August, sometime in August, anytime in August, mid-August, whenever you feel like. In August is the best time to do it. They've got no problems. And you probably find already the roots are getting the nice white new roots. You know, they get the nice white, yellowy, fresh roots start growing already in August. So it's pretty easy, pretty good.
Would you do a root reduction on that now too?
Root reduction?
Like just reduce it? Transition, or would you do all the work in that part?
It's a good question. A very good question. I like usually doing the work and then the repot. So if I'm going to do heavy work on the tree, I do the heavy work, wait a year or two, and then I repot. Because you let the roots have all the strength and energy, right, to keep this tree alive. Now, I'm going to do massive amount of work to this, and I need the roots to sustain the tree, keep it going, keep it recovering. And when you do that, it's amazing how quick it recovers from all that work. And then you repot, you shouldn't have a problem. And by then the roots are like, that's too much root for me anyway. it's too much root for me. Oh yeah, you can cut off whatever you want, and I'm all right. That's how I think the tree talks to me. That'll be fine. So yeah, do the heavy work first before you do the root work. Much more safer. I found it's much more safer. If you do the root work now, it could impact the tree's health for a while, probably delay it further. You're going to have longer growth. Do the work and then, is that okay? Does that make sense to everyone? Yeah, amazing tree. Like there's so many different ideas on this tree. It's so good. All right. Oh, jeez. So this is nice. See how it's changing colour? What's the front, that or that?
Before you work the front out,
yeah, I know. It's a tricky one. No, that's what I thought too. It's a bit tricky.
I've got a photo of one of the Salvatore put up about 3 years ago, and it's exactly a similar type of tree. He's got the front looking in and looking into the that way, no sort of facing the opposite way. No, sort of. He's got the tree basically. Well, if it's facing you, it'll be like that.
With the whole foliage going away.
The whole foliage is going away.
Wow.
And I don't know whether to put a bit more angle on it or not.
It's a really good tree because it's got so many different options. Like I'm turning it around and everyone can see different options, right?
Yeah.
So many different options. So the hardest thing is you've got this beautiful deadwood on this side, right? But all the foliage is kind of at the back.
Yeah.
Do you see that? Like beautiful deadwood, but the foliage is, if I turn it side on, it's all at the back here. It's beautiful.
It's a tree of more when it comes to Australia.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's 2 fronts, huh? Every once in a while you change it. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a difficult one. Like, it's really what you like, I reckon, with this tree. It's really. I like something in there probably, and I'd wire things around to the front. Yeah, I'll bring the. Well, that's probably my something in there.
If they're facing me.
So they're facing you, and this foliage all comes more forward. Yeah, that's all right, but that's just me. Everything has to be wide forward, and you'll get a nice. But I would just change it because this side, all the foliage is at the back. That's all. Yeah, yeah, that's good too. But I like this. Yeah, I like this side more though. Just personal taste, but it's a beautiful tree. Like that's top quality material. Yeah, you can really get some stunning materials. So with this one, what do you like about it and what don't you like about it? Or do you love it? Just everything?
It was a pretty tall tree when I bought it. When I first came over, I've only been here 3 years. I've got the bonsai sensation. And I took it home and heavy wired it for a year and completely ignored it.
Mm.
And then I took it to Tony's workshop a year ago, and Tony told me to chisel this one side and start developing the other side. And
that's good.
And I think this way is coming up quite nice.
I'll just show you. Now, if I put those together, right, it's the other way, right? They look the other way. Now, if you compacted this foliage right down, oops, I'll pull it out of the soil, but if you compacted all this foliage down, you're going to create more of that look.
Yeah.
Do you notice how they're very leggy, a little bit leggy? Yeah. Okay, so all you need to, that's just my opinion, don't have to take it, everyone's got an opinion, is really kind of bring this really right down, compact it really close, tight, and when you compact it, you get that. Bring it compact makes it look older. Okay, now it looks a little young. Wiring, yeah, sorry, wire. Just how I wired these. Just wire them, compact them. Because at the moment it looks a little young. Do you notice that's all? But if you compacted it all like that, it'd be like that. Yeah, it'd be like that. That's beautiful. That's very easy to do. You know, it's very, very easy. And you get a really old tree with it. Like it looks really. Exactly. That's really nice. Who else wants to have a chat? That's a beautiful tree. But that's a Procumbens. Stunning tree. Really nice. Do you notice how it's doing that? See the foliage here? That's what I hate. That's what drives me nuts. Because it's a stunning tree, right? It's beautiful. But then they get occasional yellowing.
Oh, yeah.
You know how it yellows up a bit?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I really don't take that. It's nothing personal at all. Just it's what they do. And it's very...
It's the new spring growth look fantastic. They suck you in spring and shit the rest of the year.
But it's a beautiful tree. That's a really, really nice tree.
3 trees to start off with 3 from tombstone.
Oh, you combine them together.
To get a bigger truck.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Just tape them, not tape
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, that's a nice tree. That's nice. That's nice too. That's a nice small one. This is nice. Whose is that? It's a nice tree too. Dean's as well. Oh, you. It's a nice tree. Can I have a quick look? It is a Shimpaku, right? Yeah. He's a different kind of style. Like it's not like twisty and turny, but it's old, right? You see the hollows through it. See the gins and stuff everywhere. It looks nice. The rounded top, very important. So one of the things with bonsai that drives me nuts is when you get trees that are very pointy. You know, they'll grow really pointy trees. Like they wire all these pads. You'll see them in some shows. I won't say where, but they're beautiful pads, and then they've wired this pointy top like this. It's like, why'd you do that for? You know, why? It looks really young now, right? But a rounded top is beautiful. Anything with rounded top just looks old, right? See how old the rounded, because that's how go out in nature. Everything's rounded. Nothing's pointy. You know, so one of the hardest things with I'll talk about deciduous trees for 1 second. Even when I started back 25 years ago, you know, we had like Ron Anderson and all these older members who were saying you style maples in a pine style. You know, I don't want to upset anyone, but you know, maples are styled with left, right, back, and all that kind of stuff. And then you realize that doesn't look right, does it? And then there's a more natural style to deciduous trees and so on. But in the end, you still want a rounded top. Deciduous trees, go out and have a look at deciduous trees, all a rounded top. And we try and make them into triangles, it doesn't work. So it's all rounded. But Shimpaku is the same thing, nice and old, rounded top. Black pines, they look better with rounded tops. They look old. Any tree, just about. The natives, they all got rounded tops, I think, I'm pretty sure. Everything's nice and rounded, okay? So aim for rounded tops, that's what I was trying to do. So beautiful tree, rounded top. The only thing is, see how it's getting weak in the lower branches? Because this is so healthy. So maybe attack this a little bit more trimming-wise, just to try and keep these healthier. Do you see how, that's like any tree, right? Any bonsai you got, if you don't keep the top kind of in control, the lower branches die. So just be wary. Like this little guy, for example, it's like I need to focus a lot on the trimming of this bit to make sure I don't lose the lower branches, because otherwise they get weaker and die.
Who's the tree, the other trees on
Yep.
the back, do they want some comment?
Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Oh, there's a juniper Procumbens here, I think.
That one there, I want to just get smaller.
So this is a prostrata, I'm pretty sure. The ones I was telling you about. It's pretty good. It's not as, doesn't have much dieback, which is good. But if you want something like that, guess what you have to do? No. Put heavy wire on it. Get these guys in a workshop, get the big boys, come and put some heavy wire on for you, and really try and twist it up. Really try and compact, because it's got this bend in it. But let's make that bend come really tight and small and small. So see how the problem with these, this is how they naturally grow. They're horizontalis or whatever they call them. They grow procumbens. They grow along the ground. That's how they grow. Yeah, that's how they grow. So they naturally do this. But why not actually, if you heavy wire this really heavily, you can actually twist this right up and create something up here. This is up here now, and you just create a nice little tree. Just do something like that. But you've got to have that movement in the trunk.
And you leave it in the same size pot.
Yeah, just don't, because we're going to do massive work to it. Don't change the pot anytime soon. The pot is last. You know, the pot is like, I'm still not happy with the pots I have for my trees. Like, I'm always looking for the right pot. You know, there's only some trees that I'm so happy with the pot, I'll never change it. But, you know, a lot of these are like, I still haven't found the right pot, you know, for them. So always a pot to last. But, yeah, you got to just heavy wire. This is easily flexible. This is very flexible still. But you got to put that heavy wire. Maybe 2 rolls of it. Maybe a 6 mil, and then see if you can bend it. If you can't, then another roll of 6 mil. So 2 together, okay? And guess what? You'll bend it and twist it and it won't snap, because it acts like raffia. I know, unless you want to apply raffia and try it, but that's so messy. Raffia is very messy. Only apply raffia if you've got an old tree, maybe something like that, an old tree that you want to and you've got a thick branch that you want to bend. This isn't thick. This is not thick at all. Like, this is easily bendable with 6 mil wire. Yeah. I know everyone's shocked, right? I know I say stuff that's not right. Okay, whose are these? These are nice Shimpakus.
Right. They're just stock trees. So
Yeah.
grown from cuttings, that one was in 2015, all on in 2018. So we were to go to here.
Oh, wow. Well, you've put movement into it, which is really good.
They were young.
So you can see he's put movement in this trunk. Can you see them? I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a nice movement in there. All right, and then you see the other ones that are straight. And it kind of ruins the look. No, I'm kidding. But you would want to start working with some of this material. Like, this is a nice workshop tree, I guess. You know, if you had a workshop, you can actually get some work on it. You've probably got two nice, really you got one main trunk. The others will be either sacrifice trunks or you got to put them wire in them and bend them, twist them as well. They're a little bit big, but it's easy to see this trunk is the best bit. The one that he's put movement into is the best trunk. There's a lot of branching you can actually use and bend. And I just see, you could probably have there's a nice branch for it here. So there's a nice branch at the back, it's heavy. You can wire that easily around. This tree will probably be up like this, and then a nice little tree. It'll be just this. You probably just keep the twisty trunk here. Everything else will be either sacrifice gins, airlay it off, have little gins or have big gins. It doesn't matter. It'll be really cool. Like that is the best bit, the trunk in there. And all these branches can be wired to make a tree with just this branch.
Would you recommend starting to style it now or grow on a little bit longer?
Depends how thick you want the trunk. It really is, isn't it? Depends how thick you want it. Do you want a mini? Do you want a slightly bigger than a mini?
I don't want huge trees.
No, you want something manageable, right? But this at the moment would only be a nice little tree about that big. That's where it would maximum. Wouldn't get bigger than that. That's what you see with this tree. But it's very nice material. Like someone's grown with material well. Yeah. Air layer, I would probably air layer these rather than and have a little small gins. Air layer these off, air layer that off, air layer that off. Have small gins around, maybe some shari on that base of that trunk. But then use this twisty one that he's built. It's really nice. Yeah, see that? This whole tree will be the tree. Whatever's left will be the tree. You just have to wire it up and twist it up, make a nice little tree out of it. Very easy. Nice. And there's one more. You want to have a quick chat on this one too? I think this one's a bit more
That one's younger.
younger. Oh, he's starting to put some bends in it. So flexible. It's very flexible. Look at that. So flexible. You can go even tighter if you want. What do you think? What would you like to do with it?
I don't know. I haven't thought about that yet.
Yeah. I would put more movement into the smaller trunks. I mean, the side branches. Because you've got this movement, you've got the trunk moving like this and the branches like this. Okay. Put movement into them. And then what happens is you'll compact the tree anyway. And you're going to start to see something. Oh, maybe that's the tree I'm trying to get to. And that's the look I'm trying to go for. Yeah. But wire is the most important thing. It's got nice subtle movement in the trunk, but everything's straight otherwise. And you can start wiring those. They're young enough they're old enough to wire. And if you let them go anymore, it'd be hard to bend them into nice shapes. Yeah. Nice. Any other questions on that one? No? Very good. Any other questions? Anyone else got a trick?
So that's one of the ones that you said keeps dying back.
Yeah, they're good old Procumbens, huh? Frustrator. Did it die back?
Yeah, you can see it's yellow.
Yeah, it's very frustrating, isn't it?
It was good. It's used to practice my gin.
It's a nice gin. Is that the front I'm looking at? That you're looking at? Where the gin's pointing at you? Yeah. So with this guy, you can treat it the same way. Like you can still bend these guys as much as those. You can still bend them, right? I just probably see a tree, gin this one off, just give you some ideas, gin this one off, use this, maybe compact it more and have a small tree this side. It'll be this side tree because you've got a gin here, telling a story. this got killed off. You'll have a nice little apex, nice little small rounded bit here, maybe a branch in here. That's just quick ideas. That's good. Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one.
Talking about dying off these elements.
Whose is that? Oh, look at that. Whose is that tree?
That's actually in nature. That's
Yeah.
California and right on top in California.
There you go, Mountain Sierra juniper. See how it dies off?
That's in nature now. It's like a mini bonsai.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? They're crazy trees there. I've seen photos of them too. Yeah, so I would. When did it? Where has it died off in these bits that you were saying? That you've had to cut off? Did it have a good?
I've had it for 5 years, and every year one branch dies. I don't know if it's me or if it's
No, it's strange. I haven't figured out either. Like honestly, I've not figured out why. There's a fungus they get. There is a fungus they get, and I just can never figure out what you can treat it with sometimes.
I really think that with things like that, you've got to have maximum sunshine. I just think
Probably
they
is.
don't like any shade.
Yeah, it probably is.
And they're really, like that picture that Dean just showed, that's where they grow. Yeah.
That's why I say Shimpaku. The same. They love the sun. They hate the shade. So it's the same process. Give it a season. Give it a lot of sun. But yeah, definitely design a tree just here. I think it's the only thing you can do. That's too heavy. I think you got a nice gin here. Why that one around to that end? Why that one over here, this side somewhere?
It should just be a short little one.
Yeah, definitely short. Definitely. Leave this one as long if you like it. And that looks fine like that. This is very straight and boring. Yeah, no, this you have to really compact it down. What I was trying to say, like you got to take it back, then bring it forward so you can shorten it and make it nice and small in here. So it's almost like a small head here. That is going to be ending up here. Yeah, and then this will be down here, and this probably will go a bit more round just to create a nice three-dimensional tree. So just a nice three-dimensional tree in there. And that is like a little apex. Everything's got to come down. But yeah, it's doable, but just you never know which branch you're going to lose or not. All right. Is it any other questions? Yeah.
You mentioned about early
Yeah.
and you mentioned spectrum moss.
Yeah.
But do you use this one or do you have other? What do you do?
That's what I was mentioning because I'll show you this. Bring you.
For the trade table there.
Yeah, I know. These are great I'll show you this. These are great if I haven't got any branches there, I'll just go bang. It'll fit beautifully right on there, right? It'll fit perfectly there, right? If it's a straight tree, straight trunk, no problem. Imagine I normally put air layers on something like that. For example, I'm going to put an air layer on this. How am I going to do that onto there? That's what I'm trying to say. These won't fit on those. Yeah, but this is great for straight. Anything straight, fantastic. Easy, right? But anything twisted, just use sphagnum moss in a plastic bag, works. Yeah, plastic bag, just plastic. Yeah. So the garbage bag is black, right? Black garbage bag. I usually use a thick plastic for the first one, a clear one. The only reason I use clear is that I can. So what I do is I put the clear one on. So sphagnum moss, clear one. You can use rooting hormone on the top cut if you want to. So when you do the ring barking, rooting hormone if you want to. Sphagnum moss, clear plastic, and then I do black plastic around it. There's two things for it. Black absorbs heat. That's how I think of it. Keeps it warm. What do roots love? Warmth. Okay, and they grow really fast. The other thing is I take the black off so that I can see if the roots have grown. So because I've got clear plastic first, and then the black around it. So that's I think Dean was saying keeps keeps UV. Yeah, probably doesn't burn them as well. Yeah, so naturally condensation. Naturally, honestly, unless you have really starting to get hot days, I open it up, put a bit of water, and it's fine. I very rarely have to water them. It's natural gravity works. Honestly, there's always you wrap it with plastic and sphagnum, but somehow it leaks because it's never going to be perfect seal, isn't it? It's never going to be perfect seal.
Well, that's been a
Well, there you go, Patrick.
presentation, I think.